What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of the Red Brand, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Triple H given full power, WWE Morale is up, the Tuesday Night War is going nuclear, Tony Khan takes a shot at Vince McMahon, is Ric Flair coming back to wrestle again, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, Wrestlelamia Shorts. Now, as always, we won't recap the matches, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, a return 7 years in the making. A DIY's long-awaited reunion is finally here, but Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa won't have to wait long for their first program after Imperium attacked them last night. It'll be interesting to see where this program goes, especially in light of some of the new rumors concerning Ludwig Kaiser. Number 2, is Badass Baszler back? Rhea Ripley made a big mistake last night when she crossed paths with Shayna Baszler. Apparently Ripley didn't get the memo that Badass Baszler is back, which is understandable as the WWE pushes the Queen of Spades hard one week, only to put her into a pointless tag team match the next. Fans disappointed by the WWE's post-SummerSlam booking of Shayna, following what was supposed to be a star-making win over Ronda Rousey, may have reason to believe that big things are ahead for her. Number 3, Ivar vs Kofi Slobberknocker. While Eric is recovering from injury, the WWE's made the most of things, giving Ivar time to showcase his skills against Kofi Kingston rather than putting him on hiatus with Eric. Last night's match was another reminder that Ivar is a potential single star if the WWE decides to use him properly. Number 4, a terrific triple threat. Whether you're a big fan of Gunther's Intercontinental Championship reign or tired of it, it's hard to get upset with the ways the WWE's wrestlers prove they're worthy of a title shot. Last night's triple threat match between Bronson Reed, Ricochet and Chad Gable was a solid match that continued Reed's push, which looked to have faded away until a few weeks ago, while giving fans an action-packed battle. Number 5, Drew is out for himself. Is Drew McIntyre a heel? Well, fans can debate about that, but one thing is clear, McIntyre is out for himself and no one should expect him to get involved unless it helps him, such as when he left Seth Rollins to deal with Damian Priest after Priest ambushed him, but later took out Dominic Mysterio to prevent Priest from cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase. While a heel turn seems inevitable, it's refreshing to see the WWE allowing Drew to fall victim to the slippery slope of selfish decisions before it happens. And Rhea and Drew, what's their game? Speaking of the Scottish Warrior, Raw provided fans with another Easter egg as Rhea Ripley and Drew could be seen talking in the background during a backstage segment. While fans couldn't hear what they were saying, it's clear the Eradicator, who earlier told her Judgment Day teammates she had personal business to attend to, is up to something. Some fans believe this is a clue that Drew McIntyre is going to join the Judgment Day, but whatever the case, it's certainly intriguing and adds another layer to McIntyre's selfish persona. But that was good. What about the bad? As number 1, NXT Women's Championship greater than the Women's World Championship. Becky Lynch is your NXT Women's Champion, which apparently means she's now the face of Raw and SmackDown's women's division, since Rhea Ripley is now busy in meaningless skirmishes and politicking to keep things going well for the Judgment Day in and out of the ring. Ripley is a fantastic talent who is fire wherever she appears, but why isn't she defending the Women's World Championship, especially with the influx of opponents who can go toe-to-toe with her, such as Shayna Baszler, Raquel Rodriguez, and even Nia Jax. Number 2, KO and Sammy's push has plummeted. Things are looking bad for Sammy and KO as their push seems to be plummeting every week. Not only did they lose their undisputed tag team championship match against Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, but it appears that KO has buried the hatchet with Jey Uso. Short of the WWE throwing a serve and having Sammy and or KO turn heel, which some fans believe may have explained the WWE using Sammy's old entrance theme instead of his babyface one last night, well, could have been an accident or on purpose, it's unclear what's next for the two, which is a shame as Sammy was once the WWE's hottest babyface act. And why was JD McDonough given another chance with Judgment Day? One odd question is why JD McDonough was given another chance with the Judgment Day after he cost Finn Balor and Damian Priest the undisputed tag team titles. Unless the Judgment Day is using McDonough, it's hard to believe that they'd want to keep him around, as his help has been touch and go. That is unless Rhea Ripley, Finn Balor and Daddy Dom are playing a long game to oust Damian Priest. Now there was nothing downright ugly. While Fastlane wasn't the WWE's strongest PLE of late, last night's Raw capitalized on the events at Saturday's show, propelling Seth Rollins into a new program while also giving Shinsuke a new direction. It also followed up on the Judgment Day dealing with JD McDonough's bungled interference, while also building things up for next week's season premiere of Raw. But that was our quick review. What did you guys think of Raw last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now, let's move on to the news. Our first story looks at Triple H has been given full power. On top of today's news is a report that TKO Holdings has knighted Triple H, effectively putting him in a near complete control of creative. PW Insider and Fightful Select recently reported this, lending support to the fans' theories that the strong booking of talent such as Bronson Reed and Shinsuke Nakamura, along with last week's DUI reunion, are proof that the game is steering the WWE's creative ship. According to Fightful Select, Fightful has long heard that Endeavor looked upon Triple H fondly. Even so, fans have heard reports that Vince McMahon was back in creative following his December 2022 return to WWE. Just how much influence Vince remains is in question, but the following information from Fightful suggests McMahon's influence may be less than previously believed. It's worth noting that nobody within creative that we've spoken with worked directly with Vince McMahon in 2023, and he didn't sit on creative meetings. Instead, he would usually make remote changes and then submit them, often shortly before the show. One exception was Raw After Mania, which saw significant sweeping changes to the show. Fans happy with Triple H's running creative, and there appear to be many, will no doubt be happy to hear this news, and if our next story is accurate, they're not the only ones. As WWE morale is up, but why? It looks like morale is up again in WWE, but why? According to Fightful Select, morale has been boosted over the last couple of weeks, starting with the September 25th episode of Raw. Numerous WWE talent reached out to us after stories emerged today expressing the same sentiment. One theory is that wrestlers are overjoyed that Triple H is running creative and that Vince McMahon's role in creative is minimal. You'll likely recall how WWE morale soared when Vince McMahon left, both with staff and talent enjoying more relaxed atmosphere. Fightful also noted one WWE talent said their feeling was that most people on the roster felt a sense of relief when McMahon retired from both a moral and creative standpoint. They said that answering for Vince McMahon's behavior isn't what most of them signed up for, and beyond that there wasn't a lot of creative confidence in him. The only downside to this report is that fans know it's never smart to rule Vince McMahon out of the picture given his mercurial nature. The only safeguard is that TKO Holdings could keep Vinnie Mac out of creative if they felt he wasn't living up to expectations. Next up, the Tuesday Night War is going nuclear. It looks like it's an all-out war between NXT and Dynamite as they prepare to go head-to-head tonight. Both the WWE and AEW are doing everything they can to make the show must-see programs, including booking some big bouts. Now both promotions have raised the stakes with some interesting programming tactics. Let's look at NXT first, which is running its first 30 minutes without commercials. Fightful Select later reported that Dynamite secured a 10-minute overrun from AEW Dynamite. AEW President Tony Khan later tweeted, before a huge time-shifted Tuesday night, Dynamite is live tomorrow titled Tuesday, with the first 30 minutes commercial-free on TBS Network. AEW fans can now see Kingston vs Suzuki on YouTube before Dynamite starts. Which show are you watching tonight? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Tony Khan takes a shot at Vince McMahon. Now never let it be said that Tony Khan ever passes on a chance to take a shot at Vince McMahon. Khan fired some salty replies at fans who told him they'd be tuning into Dynamite, and a fan recently criticized Tony's comment. If Sir Vince McMahon said this, there would be many failed AEW fans crying non-stop and furious. Then TK replied, if Sir Vince McMahon said this, it would be the least of his alleged misdeeds. What do you think of Khan's comments? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up is Imperium Splitting Up. Could Gunther's Imperium team be splitting up? Well, fans have been asking this for months, as the ring general is constantly admonishing Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser for various shortcomings. In the light of WWE booking most of its factions as always being at the odds, it's difficult to tell. Nonetheless, a recent hype video profiling Kaiser had fired up the rumor mill that he could be heading into singles action. It's also possible that he could stay in Imperium, shifting to singles matches while Vinci gets a new tag team partner. There have been rumors of Imperium adding another member, but for now, fans will have to wait. And finally, the Nature Boy Ric Flair is staying in shape for a wrestling return. And last but not least, never say never when it comes to Ric Flair wrestling again. Don't believe us? Well, Ric Flair, whose 2022 comeback match at 74 shocked fans who weren't sure if Flair could still work, let alone survive wrestling with a pacemaker keeping his heart going, as he recently told interviewer Chris Van Vliet, I want to wrestle again now. Isn't it crazy? I feel like because Ricky Morton, the guy that I should have chosen for my last match, would have been great. The Nature Boy said that training for the match helped him get back into shape. I mean, they gave me a goal and I just attacked it. I didn't stop drinking or anything, but I was literally training 3 hours a day, 5 days a week in the ring, or I was doing the sled, the ropes. Yeah, I got my bench press up for 2 1/4. I mean, so from being dead to all that was pretty cool. Would you guys like to see Ric Flair back in the ring? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.